Well, hello. It is Monday, the 4th of January, and it's about bloody time I got set up for 2021, don't you think? Yes, I'm running late on this. There are several reasons. Firstly, I have been struck down with a migraine pretty much since the year started. Yes, it's been a great start. And the other reason is a member of my support bubble has been tested positive for COVID. Thankfully, this person is okay, but yeah, it's just, you know, it's been stressful. It's been stressful. That's my front page. That's it. That's all I do. I literally am going plain and simple because I use so much colour in my weekly spreads. You know, each day I use a different colour and I colour code for each person. You guys know this. If you don't, then you need to go and look for my colour coding video. All right. So I decided I was going to make my yearly setup, which to be honest is only a few pages, quite plain. So that was my front page. My phrase, because you know I couldn't just fit it all into a word, was fresh start. The aim was that it was going to be a better year. It's 4 days in, and so far it's been fucking shite. But there we go. Never mind. So that was my front page. And no, I'm not going to colour it. It's going to stay like that. This is my weekly and monthly template spreads. This one here is the monthly one. And basically what this means is that, well, this is for finances actually, this one. But everything that comes out of my bank on a certain day, this is my bills tracker, I suppose, is the word I'm looking for. If it comes out on a certain day, it gets written down on here. If it happens on a certain day every month, it'll go on here. Yeah. I've called it finances because that's mostly what it does. If you know something comes up that just happens to happen on the same day every month, then it will get added onto this template just to jog my memory. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, it's been mad. It's been mad. I really don't know. I didn't think this through before I started any of it. Really, I just jumped in with both feet. So yeah. You might be wondering why it's not actually in book form. Why I appear to be messing around with a load of unbound papers. That's because I am messing around with a load of unbound papers. What's happened is I didn't have enough paper. I went to actually set up my book, what was it? Gosh, 2 weeks ago? Before Christmas. I know that much. And I counted all my paper out, because as you may know, I only use Tom Ware River paper in my planner. I counted it all out and I didn't have enough. And I was like, oh crap. I'm short by a substantial amount. So I've had to order some. So what I've done is this is my first signature. So what will happen is when the rest of the paper comes in, it will be printed up with dot grid, because it just so happens that I'd already printed all of this. I wasn't going to, but it turns out I already had. So yay me for being planning ahead, I suppose. And I will print dot grid on the rest of it, and then I will bind it all into a book at some point for you guys. So there you saw just there, it's now gone, my weekly template as well. And it's drawn like that simply because that's how I do my weekly spreads. I did it like that all throughout 2020, and I don't see any reason for me to be changing it anytime soon because it works for me. Now, you might see these videos where people change it up every week, and that's great if it works for them. I find that a real pain in the ass. So I do the same weekly type of spread every single week. It works. I don't have a lot of unused space. It's fine. And that's, you know, the only thing I change is the colour. And that's fine. That's what works for me. Nice and simple. Again, for my January cover page, I just did a little bit of a sort of knitting theme on the J there. I did debate on doing it all over, and I thought it might be a bit much. So yeah, I just left it on the J. I have started an alphabet sock challenge for 2021. And yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about that at a later date. Well, no, I can tell you about it now. Basically, the idea is that you choose a pattern or a yarn that has the name beginning with the letter A. So, for example, A Gentle Updraft. That's the name of the pattern I'm using. And you cast that on the 1st of January. 2 weeks later, you find a pattern or a yarn beginning with the letter B. I'm using Yarn Bumblebee. And you cast that on. 2 weeks after that, you find a pattern or a yarn beginning with the letter C. And you cast that on. And every 2 weeks, you do this. The idea is that at the end of the year, you have 26 pairs of socks. I will be working on mostly socks this year, yes. I've still got the grandbaby blanket to work on, but I'm hoping that I can sort of finish up the socks, and then when I'm not working on socks, I can work on the grandbaby blanket. That's the idea, which I'm about halfway through now, so that's ideal. Yeah, so the first 4 days of the year I've spent with the migraine, so I haven't done a lot on socks, but, you know, that's fine. Habit tracker, that's what I'm doing here. This is my habits tracker, and I'm combining mine and Daryl's all into one. Basically, again, a nice simple tracker that, you know, uses up an entire page without a load of needing to decorate space. I think 2021 I should have chosen the word minimal instead, because that seems to be the route that I'm going here. The tasks above that line, about 2/3 of the way down, those are mine. The ones below it, those are Daryl's. And that's it. Each day I will colour in a new square. I'll go back a bit later on and see if I can remember to catch up, because, you know, like I say, I'm a few days in. Now I'm doing my About Me spread. I'm not going to be drawing her every month. She is going to be done every few months. I'm going to try to lose some weight this year, hence why I've cut the alcohol and the fizzy drinks, why I've got the headache. It's a withdrawal headache from the caffeine, because I love Coca-Cola. I love it. It's there's nothing better than a can of cold Coke. There's nothing better. But, you know, that's fine. I'm out of the withdrawal now, so as long as I can stay off it, I will be good. So, this is my measurements page. I have not yet taken my measurements because, quite frankly, I've just felt too damn ill. So hopefully, I'll remember to do them tomorrow, and I can then get on with it. So, we'll see. I'll probably do it maybe every quarter. So, every 3 months, you'll see her appear with hopefully smaller measurements every time. This is my oh so famous square tracker. This gets a lot of attention. It's really quite easy to do. It really is. You do, I've explained it so many times. Oh, excuse me, yawning. You do it the same height as in width. I've got, is it 26 squares across my page? So it's 26 squares by 26 squares. Then each vertical line that you see is every 3 1/4 squares, starts at every 3 1/4 squares around the outside. And that's it. Just, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. If you wish to buy this, it is for sale. Please do let me know, and I'll give you my PayPal address and you can send me some money, and I'll send you the PDF. It's hand drawn and scanned in so that you can use it in your journal. I've had a few people purchase it and quite like it. It's one of those ones where it just looks amazing once it's done. Once you've figured it out, it's actually very, very easy. But it's just, you know, I love it. I just think it looks great. This will be my mood and my pain tracker. I didn't sketch in all the words beforehand. I don't always write down what it is, but, you know, there you are. So with a quick bit of magic, there we are, all filled in. Now I just write the numbers around the outside, that's days of the month, and then a scale of 1 to 10, going from the middle to the outside. I will track my mood on the as a sort of bar graph, and my paint on a line graph around it. I've done this before, and it works very, very well. This is my sleep tracker. This is a very, very, very simple tracker. On the right hand side of the tracker, I write in my sleep times according to what my Fitbit records. On the left side of that tracker, oh, excuse me again, I put down how well I feel I slept. So it could be that I sleep for 12 hours, but I might not feel like I slept very well. Yeah. This page is my steps tracker, and I just record every 5,000 steps, just to make it a little bit easier to read as I've cut back on the amount of steps that I do, because it was taking over my life, and just I don't have time for that now that I've chosen to home educate my son. So yeah, I got brave here and stopped using a pencil to write the things in. Now we're on to the chores tracker. This again is something that gets quite a bit of attention. People love it. I created this, gosh, must be about 18 odd months ago now. It's popular. People like it. This is also for sale, so drop me a message if you're interested in purchasing it. It's very, very simple. Basically, it's a lot like the monthly template, really. There is chores for every day of the week, but there might not necessarily be the same chores for every day of the week. So, there are some that I do every day, such as clean the toilet, wipe the worktops, wash the dishes. Those are done every single day. But then there are other tasks that I only do, say, once a week, like mop the floor or strip the beds, or so they go in on specific days that I'm supposed to do them. And then the chores that are on the top far left, are chores that are done once a month, such as wiping the windows or descaling the kettle, or stuff that I think I only need to do once a week. The way that I draw these out is that the inside lines of the little graphs are done with a thinner pen, ever so slightly thinner, and then the outer lines and the cross section of the page is done with a slightly thicker pen. And then all I do after I've done this is I add in the dates. There you go, at the top of the columns. So each column is a day and each row is a task. And then I just mark them off if I've done them. Sometimes I might do them on a different day, so I use my colour coding system so that I know exactly when I did do it. Some tasks I'm better at than others. Like cleaning the oven, I couldn't tell last time I actually did that. I keep writing it down. I'm ever hopeful that I would do them, but Then I decided, what, you've been labelling everything, you might as well keep going. So I decided to add in the days of the week as well. So there you go. That's it, all caught up and done. Just to make life just that little bit easier. You don't need to see me fill this out. It's very, very simple. Then I thought, well, we're actually into week 2 now. I really should set up the weeks. So all I'm going to do now is just quickly set up last week, even though nothing happened, just so it's there really. And oh yeah, now this is important. That is me wiping off my ruler. My ruler was black by the time I'd finished. It's been a while since I last wiped it off. But if you're going to switch from using Faber-Castell or any of the black lining pens to using your ruler for Tombows or any other kind of colour pen, wipe it off with a wipe and really give it a good scrub, because if not, you're going to end up with a smeary, horrible fucking mess. Okay, so that was it. That was week 1, ever so quickly, nice and easy set up. And then I went off to find some washi tape, just to basically make it look that little bit prettier. When the book is all bound together, the corners will be rounded off and all of that lot, but the chomper will hopefully go through the tape. And it'll look okay. Once it's all done, it will look fine. So I screwed up. I went with my pencil markings. It wasn't until I got to here that I thought, that's not enough space. And yeah, you can see me going, what the hell? Basically, I put that middle line too high. But, well, doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So now what I do is I add in my little mini calendar, and I also highlight the week that I'm currently doing. And then with that same colour pen, I highlight in my monthly calendar that week. So this week 2 is a green week, and it is highlighted that colour everywhere, so that I can quickly glance. When I'm quickly flicking through, I can go, oh yeah, look, it's green there, so that's that week, blah, 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 blah. Without having to check dates and all that lot, it's quicker for me to work it that way. I do a little bit of sort of shadowing on my letters here, my numbers, just to give it a bit of a 3D effect. I don't know whether it... I don't know. Sometimes I look at this and think, why do you do this? But, nah. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fill out a couple of those monthly templates. So I went in and I wrote down all of my finances on my monthly template, and what will happen is every month they get copied over into my monthly calendar, and then each week they will be copied from my monthly calendar into my weekly calendar, just so that I know what is coming out and when it is coming out. Okay, you see me there now. I'm now copying it over so that I know. So I had my council tax come out, and my payment to Audible also came out. This is also me just checking on a couple of appointments and other payments that are for weekly instead of monthly, which is really annoying, but you know, that's just how it goes. And there you go. I'm writing it in now on the monthly as to what's happening basically this month. And they will get moved over as and when I need them to be. Just makes life that little bit easier for me. This is an appointment that I'm writing in for my dog because it's in red, and she's supposed to go and have a haircut. Unfortunately, I'm under house arrest due to this COVID thing, so that ain't going to happen. Here's a quick flick through just to basically show it to you all over again. I'll rub out some pencil lines. I add in a set of scales and some labels for this spread as well. I really, really hope you enjoyed this. Sorry it's not decorative and all that crap, but, you know, whatever. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you liked it, you know, please feel free to leave comments, criticisms, feedback down below. Click the little kiddie down in the corner and you'll be subscribed and all of that. See you later.